Assalamualaikum and good morning to Madam Cik Khalila. So my name is Hikmat Izan bin Azhar and I want to present about background of the company. So our group choose Top Glove Corporation as the company. So Top Glove Corporation is the world largest glove maker. The firm was founded in 1991 and still located there. The founder is Chief Lim Wee Chai and started the Top Glove company at a period when rubber costs were cheap. We sales in Europe and North America climbed by more than half. Top Glove expect demand for glove in other countries, particularly Asia, to rise in pace with population growth. Lim Wee Chai, Dr. He was named as the chairman of Top Glove Corporation Ltd on September 4, 2000, owing to his more than 20 years of expertise in rubber manufacturing business, while his wife, who has over 10 years as executive director. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Top Glove Corporation become the major suppliers of gloves globally. The pandemic led to a surge in the demand personal protective equipment, which is PPE, including gloves, particularly in healthcare settings. Top Glove experienced a significant increase in orders and production volume due to the heightened need to glove to protect the healthcare workers and prevent the spread of the virus. The company's extensive manufacturing capabilities allow it to ramp up production to meet the surging demand. So despite the challenges faced during the pandemic, Top Glove rose in supplying gloves to combat the spread of the COVID-19 has been significant. The company's product continue to be high demand and it remains a key player in the global glove manufacturing industry. So this is the organization chart, which is the Lim Wee Chai as executive chairman, then Lim Cheong Guan as a managing director, Lim Hui Sin as executive manager, Ng Yong Lin as executive director, Azrina binti Arshad as independent non-executive director, Dr. Ngo Nget Pin as independent non-executive director, Martin Grace Menon independent non-executive director, Datuk Dr. Norman Mansor as independent non-executive director, and the last one is Shamila Sekaraja Sekaran, which is senior independent non-executive.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and my name is Rashan Azim Rahman, and I will be explaining about the planning for Top Gloves company to overcome the COVID-19 pandemic. As we know, many people are challenging Top Glove to restore their reputation since COVID-19 has given them a negative name among their users and the general public. Planning a sound and effective strategy that addresses all of the problems to be overcome must come first. The first planning that Top Gloves have done is that Top Gloves sent international personnel to undergo screening. Following that, Top Gloves continue to take proper precaution as advised by the Ministry of Health, which is to inspect all personnel, quarantine them, and open a separate quarantine facility. Planning is all about having a clear aim in order to avoid the propagation of the virus among workers, especially among workers that live in a dormitory with their colleagues. The major purpose for decreasing the virus is to take right measures on the before, now, and after action of the personnel. Before entering the building, a basic yet efficient check needs to be rigorously applied. The before procedure is important as it filters workers that have either light symptoms or heavy symptoms before entering the building. procedures such as taking their body temperature before entering their working space is one of those basic procedures. Sanitation and social distancing must be suggested throughout working hours. To prevent any unsanitary areas, a certain quantity of sanitizers must be provided. In order to prevent unintended virus transmission after hours, employees are required to exercise restraint when entering and exiting the dormitories. The workers who dwell in the dormitory are monitored by a logbook, and they are only permitted to have the building sometimes for essential activities like grocery shopping. Additionally, sick personnel must be quarantined and isolated. For the quarantine patient, a special room must be required so that the virus cannot be transmitted easily among the workers that doesn't have any symptoms.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Khairi Hakim bin Kamal Zaman. Today I want to explain about organizing. The company has encountered difficulties with employees testing positive for COVID-19, resulting in significant adverse effect on their operations. In response, the directors have diligently monitored to the situation and engaged in daily discussion with the management team. Demonstrating a cutting approach, the director has closely followed the condition of affected employees and collaborated with the management team to implement preventive measures. The rising number of employees testing positive for COVID-19 posed a major challenge to the company's sustainability, as these individuals must undergo a 14-day quarantine period, leading to a shortage of workforce for essential business activities. Moreover, the disease can potentially result in fatalities among those who test positive.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Amirullah bin Muhammad Zaid. Now I will continue our presentation with my topic, which is leading. Leading refers to the process of influencing and guiding individuals or a group towards the achievement of organizational goals. It involves inspiring, motivating, and directing others to work together effectively and efficiently. For company leaders, managing their organizations during this unprecedented crisis has proven to be a significant challenge, given the profound impact it has had on their business. One such company is Top Glove, a manufacturer of disposable rubber glove, which has faced its own set difficulties throughout this pandemic. The chairman of the Top Glove revealed that the company has already experienced a loss of 1.2 billion in market value due to the government's order to temporarily close approximately 28 factories. This situation has further exacerbated the company's challenge. However, despite this setback, Top Glove does not anticipate order cancellation from its customer.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Amin Hakimi bin Abdul Muiz. Today, I would like to explain about my group assignment in MGT 400, which is challenges in managing a company during pandemic COVID-19. Today, I would like to explain how Top Glove Sdn Bhd controlling their challenges in managing a company during the COVID-19 pandemic. Top Glove Sdn Bhd encountered difficulties in effectively managing the health condition of its employees, particularly concerning the presence of foreign workers in the factories. The arrival of foreign employees, including those at Top Glove factory, raised significant concern as many of them resided in densely populated hostels. The executive director of Top Glove, Sendirian Berhad, also had difficulty controlling and creating successful company's plans. The executive directors had trouble coming up with plans to meet the key performance indicators or KPIs that had been established during the COVID-19 pandemic. The Board Risk Management Committee Department at Top Glove Company Sendirian Berhad has confronted numerous risks in their efforts to maintain control over the organisation. Typically, the department monitors risks such as economic risk, security and fraud risk, and financial risk. The COVID-19 pandemic has significantly increased the demand for rubber gloves, and Top Glove, being a major producer, has experienced a surge in demand. In fact, the company profit skyrocketed by over 1,500% in the fourth quarter due to the heightened demand for rubber gloves.
As the conclusion, COVID-19 epidemic has had been significant influence for Malaysia industry. Malaysia economy is suffering as a result from the situation. Every industrial organisation, including Top Glove organisation, sought to protect themselves from the epidemic, but some companies may unable to endure and prompting them to cease their operation because the insurmountable losses, but not for the Top Glove company. So the corporation used the variety of strategies to guarantee that their business that could continue even the COVID-19 outbreak. The most significant strategy that they use is to add the SOPs established by the government. For example, before entering the office, the corporation would always check the employees' in temperature and ensure that it's less than 37 degrees Celsius. Aside from them, they will be ensure that all staff, including the boss, wear masks and maintain a space at least 1 meter between them. So the last one is another strategy to avoid the COVID-19 in the workplace is they ensure that their workplace is sanitized for a time, and for people who indirect in touch with the positive patient to quarantine themselves for 14 days. So that's all for our presentation. Thank you.